All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and break this down. Remember, we're going to be giving away some great prizes. We're going to be giving away what I call the ATM machine, the TMF ATM machine. That is the Blacklight by TMF, and it's been a huge seller for us the last few years, and you're going to enjoy it, whoever wins it tonight. And there's so many 5-star reviews. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. You can go over to tmfshop.net and take a look at them for yourself. I'm also going to be giving away some chemistry, but more importantly than anything else, I'm going to teach you the basic fundamentals of VLM, very low moisture, or encapsulation. I'm going to break it down for you in a very simple, easy, practical, and applicable way to understand. So stay tuned right now, but first of all, I want to go ahead and take a drink with Brian Thompson. They stopped by. They're a couple of locals who I've been helping get started. I'm a big believer in establishing strategic partners in your area. If you can get along with the cleaner, hopefully you can. Go ahead and open the door. If you help them become successful, they'll help you become successful. I'm a big believer in the law of reciprocity. Now, what I'm going to do is, I promise you, there's going to be a new OP machine. I'm going to show you what we call OP, okay, which means oscillating pad machine. But I've got a different type of OP, but I want to give you a little hint and let the cat out the bag just a little bit. There is a new OP machine coming out, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, and you're going to see it in the very near future. So keep your eyes open, and hopefully TMF will be the one to break it into the industry, and I think it's going to be a game changer, just like this Vibe already is, okay? Compliments it. All right, we'll go back over here, and I'm going to get the blue OP. We call it Optimus Prime, and you'll see why in a second. What it does is it keeps us from, let me see, hold on one second before I do that. My son was going to let me know how my sound was first. Cool, sounds good, great. Cool, all right, thanks. Thanks, son, appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to walk over here, and I'm going to get on Optimus Prime. Basically, what we did was we had ladders here, but I'm a big believer in safety also. So I'm going to show you the drink here that these guys brought by to me. I'm going to start this thing up. To me, it's like a transformer, and that's why I call it Optimus Prime. As you can see, it'll go up. I don't know how far you can see me going up here, but it'll go up to 20 feet or so. You can change your lights, get to the rafters, grab your products, put them on here, and get going, right? But to show you how smooth of a ride it is, you can kind of see, I can go forward if I want to. Yeah, no drinking and driving, exactly. That's why I'm going to come over here and park it, all right? Because the wife's in here watching me. All right, so I'm going to bring it over to you guys. I'm going to show you the drink these guys bought me. Pretty nifty. As you can see, this thing is pretty quick too. She gets right on down the road. We call it Optimus Prime. You guys here do. So hopefully you can see me all right in here. And you can see this Blanton's. Can you see me okay?
Not that one. Yes.
That's okay. All right, then I'm going to pop one out of here. And my wife has 2 cameras set up. You see me now okay there?
Yes.
All right, good. So I've got some Blanton's here before I get started that they gave me, and I'm truly appreciative of it. And personally, I like my bourbon with just a little bit of fresh, good spring tap water. All right. Yeah, I probably should have made it a shot. Can I make it a double shot, dear? Do you mind? All right. Double shot that bad boy. Throw it out on there. And I'm going to go park Optimus back for a second here. And I'll sip on this as the night goes on. Might as well go ahead and finish it off with a cool spring. High pH water. I'm a big believer in high pH water. Yes, ma'am. Yep. Have a little thirst.
Can we take that bottle, please? The water?
That's good stuff. Very smooth. Yes, there you are, dear. Thank you very much. All right, well, Brian and I believe it's Josh, I appreciate you guys coming by, dropping this off for me. It was very kind of you, and I'll make good use of it. Promise you that. All right, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and park Optimus Prime back, the big OP, and I'm going to get started. And then after that, I'll go ahead and give the prizes away. I'm going to make this simple, and I'm going to make it brief, all right? So hold tight. Go ahead and park this bad boy. She turns on a dime. I like that. Hope I don't wreck it. Yeah, I'm drinking enough for that. I'm going to break down a lot of things about OP that I'll guarantee you a lot of you guys don't know. So keep your eyes open, and I'm going to help you out. All right, now first of all, I want to talk about I'm going to talk about the machine itself. After that, I'm going to break down the process. I'm going to break down the chemistry. I'm going to break down the pads. I'm going to break down the diverse elements of the unit. There's a lot of diversity to this machine, and that's what I really like about it. You know, a lot of people will go out and get a planetary machine or something of that nature, and to me, that's just a one-trick pony. Who wants a one-trick pony, okay? You want something that can really deliver and give you that great value so you can do all types of surfaces, because believe me, surfaces are changing rapidly. What's happening? A lot of these carpet mills are switching over. They're shutting down half of their plants. And I mean, these guys have miles of acres of plants. They're shutting half of them down and turning them into LVT, LVP, luxury vinyl tile, luxury vinyl planks, and other hard surfaces. And why are they doing this? Because that's the demand right now. And unfortunately, carpet quality has gone downward. And that includes rugs. I wanted to show you this rug right here. This rug right here was inside of a model home. It sat there for almost a year. You can see the traffic pattern around it. And I did a little racing stripe earlier, and I wanted to show you how I did it and what I did with it and how I can get it clean and how you want to vary your cleaning process depending on the fiber you're working with, depending on the soil level you're working with, and things of that nature. So we're going to break it all down. I hope you're going to find it simple, practical, and applicable, and easy to understand. And you might want to go ahead and add VLM, very low moisture, with an OP, oscillating pad machine, to your repertoire, to your toolbox, because a good journeyman or a good cleaner should have many different tools in the toolbox. And by offering hot water extraction, VLM, and all different types of processes and methods and also diverse services, you're going to maximize your profits. Because remember what I've always said, the more you learn, the more you earn. All right, with that being said, let's get to learning. All right. So first of all, let's break the machine down just a wee bit. I did a little cool thing to it. I went ahead and I go ahead and put this neat little top on it. You guys who have vibes, I shot a little video for it. What I basically do is I like this handle because you can't get your fingers in here too well. So all I do is go to a cabinet shop or Home Depot, get yourself a cabinet handle. Isn't that pretty cool? How that cabinet handle works. I just drill a hole in there, and I'll go ahead and do a video for this, and I'll throw it on TikTok. If you haven't joined my TikTok channel, please do for TruckMountForums or our YouTube channel, or basically our Instagram. Love to have you there. And of course, our private group has almost, 17,000 members in it. So join the private group if you haven't already joined there, because there's a lot of cleaners who share a lot of cool secret information that they really don't like out into the open. All right, so that's a nifty little upgrade right there. You notice it pops on. So this is how the top opens up. Now, one thing you're going to notice about Orbot is their fit and finish is above all other machines. And that's what I really like a lot. Now, I'm familiar with, and I've used, in my 40 years of experience, I've used vacuum cleaner style models, with some cleaners go ahead and clean today and they call themselves professionals. No, all right? And I'll show you why in a couple of minutes. Then on the other hand, I've used garage-made machines, which are very heavy, very bulky, and they turn too fast and the throw is too far, and I'm going to explain that for you in a couple of minutes and why that's not right also. Then I'm going to break down the chemistry and why you want to tweak your chemistry just right for what you're working with, because if you don't, you're going to end up doing more damage than good in the long run. You're going to get the short-term results, but you're going to get long-term damage. So I'll easily break that down for you too. I'm going to show you what pads, what bonnets to use, break down the method. So this is the Vibe. This is probably Orbot's best-selling machine because it's the best bang for the buck. And that's what this video is about. However, I also like to keep the spray board on hand, and I love the Life machine. Because why? Because I can get a couple of hours with no cord, with the battery. It's got a lithium battery, and boom, I can just keep on cleaning for a couple of hours. If the battery dies, I can either put another battery in there, or I can go ahead and hook up to the cord. It'll charge while I'm cleaning. How cool is that? So you can really knock out something, because you can knock out thousands of square feet in an hour with this. That's the advantage to an OP machine. Some guys use swing machines, right? And they go like this, they're out of control, it's slow, it's laborious, it's heavy, and it's awkward, all right? Where with an OP machine, it's oscillating pad. It's basically spinning and then it's shaking at the same time, and that's cleaning all four sides of the fiber, but you can move right along. Just like you're mowing the grass. You just go forward and you go right backwards, or you can flip it around and go. So that's the cool thing, which you're going to see here in a minute. I think that's really important. Also, you want to make sure you've got your spotters correct. We'll also break down the spotters. It's good to have spotters on hand because you want spotters that encapsulate. You really don't want spotters that are going to leave different residues and things of that nature that don't encap properly. Also, I'm going to break down the proper encapsulation. It's important to have a good, strong UV light. Now, oh, that's right, I'm charging the battery. Ha. Let me grab the battery over here, I'll show you. So hold tight real quick. I'm going to pop right in here and get the battery. Yeah. All right. Put that battery in there. So you can see that's a new battery. I wanted a brand new battery, and you can see how bright this thing is. Now, it's really important to never, ever shine this into a pet or a child or the homeowner's eyes because it can blind them. It can damage the cornea of the eye. And I'll bring it up close. Fortunately, it's not going to hurt you by looking at it. I've got two cameras going on here at the same time. And what I've done is different is I made it so just a standard vape battery will fit in there. So you can go to a vape shop and you can go ahead and just put a vape battery in there. That saves you a lot of money. It's rechargeable. I like the fact it'll fit right inside your pocket. You've got your lanyard. You can pull it right out. We've also comes with a case. If you want to carry a case on your hip with a holster, you can do that also. We put lanyards on there. Why do we do that? Two reasons. One, hey, a couple reasons. Number one, it's got TruckMountForums, right? Shameless plug. All right. And then number two, I like to put our name, phone number, and address on there. That way, if we leave it behind with the homeowner, they'll go ahead and hopefully give us a call. All right. But if they don't know who it is, finders keepers, losers weepers. And let me tell you what, this is an ATM machine. This thing opens up wallets because it's so important. Now, I'm going to also show you something that's cool. In the past, the VLM has not addressed urine properly, but TMF has changed that through our chemistry. Our chemistry has the most 5-star reviews in the whole industry. All around the world it's being used, and cleaners are raving about it. Why is that? Because I've been cleaning for 40 years, and I test the products myself. I'm not just some guy in a lab coat sitting in there cleaning fake dirt in a fake laboratory under fake conditions. Instead, I'm out there in the field cleaning just like you guys are in the trenches. You know, dust mites, bacteria, all kinds of soil, urine, feces, body oils, dead skin, fungus, oils from outside, and also I'm dealing with different types of fibers, right? Not just one type of fiber or a brand new fiber. We're working with used fibers that are scratched up and damaged. So we might be dealing with nylon, polyester, olefin, polypropylene, or we might get into some rugs. You get into some rugs, you're going to be dealing with what? Then you're going to be dealing with some viscoses. Oh, you're going to be dealing with some wool, some blends. You really need to know what you're doing or have the right chemistry. And that's what we did. We dialed it in and made it very simple and easy to understand. So there you go. This is what's going to be given away tonight. It's like $189. It also comes with a course. It comes with an odor course. So how cool is that? All right. By the way, speaking of a course, this unit here comes with a course also. I'm also going to show you how, and here I'm not going to show it completely just yet, but in here I'm going to show you how VLM works. Right in here, right here. And this ain't fake dirt. Because let me tell you what, the guys in the laboratories, they use fake dirt. So, not here, no. It's all the real deal, baby. That's the way it is. Okay. So, let's talk about the diversity of the machine, then I'm going to break the machine down. First of all, you can go ahead and you can clean all different types of surfaces. I don't care if it's LBTs, LBPs, if you want to be doing laminate floors, if you want to be doing carpets, you want to be doing rugs, you want to be doing commercial, residential, if you want to polish stone, if you want to polish concrete. I've even polished my own concrete in here. I polish this to a semi-gloss, and the other side's a high gloss. And it's really, really nice because, unlike epoxy, it doesn't scratch up. It doesn't scratch off and doesn't crack up, and it lasts practically forever. Okay? Now, and then it's really simple. I'm going to show you how simple this system is. Now, let's get back to the machine. What separates Orbot from other companies? Number one is performance. Okay? Now, I know a lot of guys say, well, these new machines, you know, they're heavier and they turn faster. You can move faster. It's got a longer throw. Well, however, guess what? Guess what that longer throw does? Guess what that higher speed does? Guess what that heavier weight does? Okay? Why do you think it's not approved by a lot of carpet mills? Because there's so many different variables, and what happens is you end up tip blooming the fibers. So yeah, the carpet looks great at first because the polymers fill in all the scratches and stuff like that, or where you've unwound it, but guess what? It uglies out fast. So the carpets look good at first, and you think you made this great progress. So does the customer too. She doesn't know the difference, but you should know the difference because you're a professional. So you've gone in there and you've done a halfway job because you're using the wrong type of machine, the wrong type of speed. If anybody knows the guy who invented these, because I spent a lot of time with the guy who actually invented OP machines, and he expressed to me what the perfect throw is, the perfect speed, and the ideal weight. Well, guess what? Orbot took it a whole different direction. Not only did they match all that criteria, but they made it very simple and easy to use, and they use a high-tech, how would I say it? A very high-tech facility, okay? And what I mean by that is if you've ever visited them or you've ever seen them online, they have, it's really set up almost like the Tesla of carpet cleaning, okay? They've got these laser weld robots in there. You get perfect welds. So what do you get? You get a perfect fit and finish. All these welds are just beautiful, okay? The painting, the powder coating, stuff like that, everything is just really looks crisp and clear, whether it's this unit, and look at these units. They're a few years old and they still look great, okay? The Orbot Life or the Orbot Spray Board. And they're kind of my favorites, but my technicians can use any machine that I have. And they almost always gravitate to the Vibe because it's just simple, easy to use, and the best bang for the buck. All right, so you can go ahead and you can open this up and you can take a 2.5 gallon jug. If you want to mix your product up, you can keep it here, maybe keep an extra one on hand, or if you've got a helper with you, have him be filling it up, come over and fill it up. Now, if you're working alone, and you're taking your time, you're not in a big hurry, because one thing about encapsulation is you can move right along compared to hot water extraction, and you don't even break a sweat, right? So take your time, do a good job. Now, so you can either open the top, pour it in, or they thought of something else. They got this little fill hose right here. So you take this, just hook it right up to the sink, walk your machine into the sink there, cut it on, boom, fills the tank right up for you. I believe it's a 4.5 gallon tank, and it goes a long ways. It's got a removable cord. I like that. Keeping this new cord because it's a brand new machine on my new showroom floor in my new facility. So we're really happy about being here. It really feels good to own your own facility instead of renting, because sometimes landlords can be condescending. Yeah, ask me how I know. All right, so what's cool about this is you got the on and off switch here. You've also got a little momentary switch which operates your chemical pump. So that's kind of cool. So what's good about that? Instead of just being a gravity feed where everything just falls down to the carpet, all right, and it's uneven and stuff like that, or you're oversaturating or getting it incorrect, what's cool about this is you can go ahead and give it more where it's dirtier, like this. Look where the furniture sat in this model home. Okay, you can see this traffic pattern all the way around, right? So the furniture was sitting here, the carpet still looked great. So you don't need to apply as much product in this area right here as you do over here. And that's a big problem too, because what happens is you end up getting uneven cleans, where here you can get yourself a nice even clean. So I really like that. It's a very good thick gauge cord. I think that's really important. It's got an override switch here, a safety switch. So if you do, go ahead and get it bound in some carpet, which I've never done it in the 10, 15 years we've been doing oscillating pad. You got a safety switch, pop that, and it'll start the machine back up. So that's really cool. You also got a drain port down here, so you can drain it out when you get done with it. I like to personally go ahead, try to just mix up as much product as I need, or I can take my 2.5 gallon jug, put it right in here in a drain port, and fill up the excess, put in a little bit of water, okay, and just bleed it out through it. What that'll do is it'll keep your filters clean, and you'll never hardly ever have to clean them, and your pump will last forever. Hey, there's a nice little tip when it comes to maintaining, right? It's got a weep hole up here. It's easy to go ahead and adjust the handle. As you can see, the handle just goes up and down by pulling this, and it locks into place. And personally, I like it right about waist or crotch level, actually. Actually, I think that's the ideal level. Maybe just slightly higher if you want to, right about there. I think right about belt level to me is just about perfect, okay? Now, the motor, you can see they really go with the really high quality motors. It's an open air design, so it really breathes well, but look at the fit and finish of this unit. And those, it's just freaking amazing how nice they are. This is not a garage build. This is not built by a vacuum cleaner company, okay? There is a huge difference. It's proportioned just right. It's weighted just right. Also, suppose your switches or something go bad. It's even got a little momentary cord down here where you can go ahead and hook up and go ahead and keep cleaning. How cool is that? So that reduces downtime, because as cleaners, aren't we in a race against downtime? Downtime's a killer. Can't afford to be down, okay? Here's something else too. People ask me, hey Rob, how does the Orbot hold up? You know, how long did it last? I don't know. I've never had a Vibe had a problem, ever, whatsoever. And like 5 or 6 years we've been selling them, they've been flawless so far. Knock on grout, master, right? You know, oh, let me cut my machine off here, see my light on, and grab a quick little sip. Boy, Brian, Josh, I really appreciate this, guys. All right, so now let's see what else we want to talk about. Oh yeah, I like the nice big wheels. What does that do? It makes it easy to get up and down stairs. If you're coming inside the home, you don't feel like lifting it up, you can go and just walk it up the wheels backwards up the stairs. That's really nice and convenient. Also coming back down the stairs, you can do the same thing. Just be careful. If the stairs are wet, it could be problematic. Now, let me tell you where this vacuum cleaner machine does come in handy. It is kind of cool to go ahead and do the stairs with, but Orbot makes a mini machine for stairs that outperforms that by light years. So keep that in mind. If you're on a budget and you need to use that at first, you can go ahead and use that, but after that, pick yourself up the little Mighty unit, which I'm not Mighty unit, I forgot what they call it. I'll have to look at it again. Matter of fact, in a couple minutes after I go through this, I'll go in there and grab it, bring it out here and show it to you. It's really a nifty unit. Great for stairs, great for upholstery and things of that nature. All right, so remember the cord locks in, and so that way it stays together for you. It doesn't pop apart, but it doesn't have to be on there all the time. And that way you don't have to worry about it getting all tangled up. You can pop it off and untangle it. Now, one of the most important things I think about this unit, yes, it is probably one of the best performing machines, all three of these, in the oscillating pad or the VLM world or the Encap world, whatever you want to call it, okay? Encap generally talks about crystallizing. Now, if you notice, what's really cool about this, I believe these are 20 pounds a piece, right? So what you can do is, suppose you've got a bad traffic pattern in a commercial job, or suppose you've got a delicate carpet, like you have right here. Now on a delicate carpet, I don't want to put this weight on there, but guess what? Other machines come with the weight already on it. So what does it do? It ruins the fibers. It damages them and unwinds them, and it causes tip blooming. Just look up tip blooming. Look on TruckMountForums. Go to the original forum, type in tip blooming TruckMountForums, and see it for yourself. Get a good visual of what it looks like. It basically unwinds the fibers, and it doesn't refract light properly anymore. Not just reflect, but it doesn't refract light properly anymore. It's very important to reflect the light properly. So what these do is they come up with a couple of bolts. You bolt them on. If you're on a commercial job and you're working on CGD, what does CGD stand for? Commercial glue down. And really, that's what encapsulation was really built for. In my opinion, encapsulation, VLM, is king, and I know this is going to cause some controversy, it's king of CGD or commercial. Okay? However, when it comes to residential or cut pile and with padding, hot water extraction is king. And there's several reasons for that, and I'll break it down as we move along. So see why it's important to have both of them? You know, so this can get you moving, and if you got some commercial jobs, you can really rock them out. You can really make a lot of profit off of it. Notice how the spray tips are set right in here. You don't have to readjust them. There's little filters in here. You can clean those filters, but like I said, if you drain the machine properly, go ahead and clean out the excess. You won't have to worry about that, and give it just a good flush after every use. How hard is that, right? The head tips up. It's perfectly weighted. You can see the head, it'll start to tilt up like that, and it'll sit on its end. How cool is that? So you want to change over from your AgiPad, or which is what you're going to be using when you're cleaning most of the time. Some guys go with a more aggressive pad. I don't think you need to do that. I think all you're doing with a more aggressive pad is you're damaging the fibers again. Yes, it might look good the first clean, but you're scratching it. You're damaging it, especially when it comes to olefins and polyesters. And so each subsequent cleaning is going to look worse and worse. And as a conscientious cleaner, you should not, and as a consummate professional, you should not be doing damage. You should be improving the life and extending the life of their fine furnishings. Am I correct? Yes. That's what a true professional does. So that's really important. So now, what do you do, though, if you got a delicate carpet or rug like this right here? Of course, now if I'm in a commercial setting and I've got my transition areas coming out of a warehouse, coming out of a kitchen, coming out of the bathrooms, main traffic patterns, or pivot points, what am I going to do? I'm going to pop the weights on. It just sets right on there, pop the little screws on, it only takes a second with a wing nut, boom, you're good to go in those areas over there. The rest of the area, I'm probably going to pop off the weights, and I'm going to go ahead and clean the clean areas. See? Clean areas don't need it. And the heavy areas, if you're in a commercial setting, go ahead and use the weights. If you're in this area right here, what do? Just use more product. That really kills me. These guys will sit here, just push along the same speed, they won't go any slower, and they'll be pushing and giving the same amount of product. Let me ask you a question. If you got your hands all oily and greasy like over at my workbench over there, right? Are you going to go in there and just slap a little bit of hand cleaner on there, go like that, rinse and go? No. Now, if your hands aren't that dirty, yeah, you're probably going to do it nice and quick, right? But if it's really soiled, you're going to take a good excess amount of it. You're going to take your time. You're going to really agitate it. You're going to work it, and then you're going to rinse it well. Okay, well, same thing here. So if you get inside a commercial location, it's really bad. Or in this situation right here, in a commercial, use the weights. In this situation right here, use the chemical and let it do its work. And then switch over to a nice Super Zorb pad. And these things are beautiful right here. Now, they don't stay as clean looking, but we're making a product right now which will wash these and really make them look nice. So keep that in mind. And I think it's really important to go ahead and get yourself a bucket. Soak these in the bucket. As soon as you're done, put your cleaner in there. Maybe a little bit of encapsulation, put it in there, drop it in there, you're good to go. When you get back to your place, you might have 4 or 5 of these built up. Go ahead and throw them wring them out, throw them in the washing machine, and they'll look their very best, okay? But what this does is this gives you some absorbency. You don't really need it in this area here. If you want to, that's up to you. But where you really need it is in these traffic patterns, in the transition areas, inside of your pivot points. That's where you need it. So throw that bad boy on and let us do its job. I think they come in 10 a package, then the AgiClean come in 5 a package. So that really breaks it down. Now let's break down the process just a little bit. Let's take a little time. Let's break down the process. What do you do when it comes to encapsulation? Well, encapsulation really doesn't have the extraction capability that hot water extraction has or a huge truck mount, right? So what do you have to do? You need to get out as much dry particulate matter as possible. How do you do that? Just take a decent vacuum cleaner. I don't care what it is. Now everybody argues, well, what's the best vacuum cleaner? Who makes the best vacuum cleaner? Who in the crap cares? Okay? What really matters is vacuuming. Okay? Take the time and vacuum. And what I like to do is take the vacuum cleaner and I'll go north to south. And maybe in this area right here where it's clean, just go north and south, I'm good to go. But in these heavy traffic patterns, pivot points, transition areas, I'm going to go ahead and take the time. I'm going to go north to south, and I'm going to go east to west. And I'm going to get that excess out of there, okay? So I'm not fighting against it. I'm not turning it into mud. I'm getting maximum cleaning results. The carpet's going to stay cleaner longer. The customer's going to be happier. She's going to refer you. She's going to review you, and she's going to be a repeat customer. And ain't that what it's all about? Yeah, I rest my case. By the way, I'm going to do a Q&A after this, so just hear me out. Let me get through this, and after that, I'll do a Q&A. All right, so how do you want to use the unit? Well, you can go ahead and lay your pad down right in position. You can take your machine, just move it forward, and she goes right into position. So that's kind of cool, right? So this cord I'm not even using. I want to save it because this is a new machine. I just grabbed the cord off one of these units back here. So now you're going to notice I'm going to turn the unit on, and I cleaned this little racing stripe right here earlier, okay, right before y'all got here. Now, one thing about a good encapsulant is going to make the carpets look better and better each day. What do I mean by that? Well, the cheap chemistries, the ones that are harsh, the ones that are dangerous for kids, for pets and stuff like that, they give you immediate results, but then long-term problems. Whether it's health, whether it's resoiling issues, all those kind of problems. And cleaners just get amazed. Oh, look how great it looks at first. They got optical brighteners and all kinds of junk in there. It makes the carpets look great at first, but then they don't look as well. Where our chemistry works totally the opposite, almost completely. It still makes the carpets look really good at first, maybe not quite as good as the cheap stuff with the harsh chemistry in there. And I'm telling you what, they're putting all kinds of things in there, and caustics, sodium hydroxides, bleaches, optical brighteners, all kinds of stuff in there, and that's just horrible. It's horrible for you. You can get it in your eyes. It can damage your eyesight. It can burn your skin. Kids are on it, pets are on it, and boom, you got all kinds of problems in there. You don't want that. Plus, it can break down your polymers, damage your polymers so they don't crystallize properly. So I'm a big believer in a good crystallizing product, and I really went the extra mile to make sure I had that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. I'm going to go ahead and do yourself another racing stripe. And here's something I want you to keep in mind. Notice how I've already pre-vacuumed really well. Of course, I came through and I preset the customer's expectations. I tell Mrs. Jones, hey, look, Mrs. Jones, I'm the Helen Keller or Jerry Falwell. You're not going to get a miracle. So what have I done? I've lowered the expectation level. So I'm going to under-promise, and then hopefully I'm going to over-deliver. Okay? All right, so that's what I want to do. I want to over-deliver and under-promise. All right, so here in here, you notice I'm going to start a new little pattern here. And I'm going to clip the machine on, and I'm going to use my momentary switch. And I notice as I move through here, I'll go a little quicker, but over here I'm going to add more product. I'm also going to keep on going so you can see the amount of product that's sprayed out of there, all right, because you're going to see it right on the side of the concrete floor. Let me slide this towel over just a bit here. There we go. All right, so watch this, and watch how I take my time. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with going over a couple times if you need to. So here I can take my time, Boom. Now in here, I'm going to go ahead and apply some extra product. I don't feel bad about that either. Now, if I want to go ahead and I want the product to be a little bit stronger, I know some guys will take and they'll add some additives to it. I'm not a total fan of additives, okay? Because they're just going to be heavy resoilers on you. I don't really like heavy resoils. Instead, what I'll do is just add a little couple extra ounces to what the manufacturer's recommendations are. That'd be mine, okay? All right? So notice how good this is already cleaning up and how nice it looks. And remember, I haven't even grabbed the bonnet and went over top of it, right? So I can apply as much product as I need, and we're in the appearance business. We want it to look as nice as possible, right? But notice I'm taking my time, just like if I was washing my hands. What is the hurry, okay? In these traffic patterns, you want to take your time. And I'm not even using the weights. Imagine if I was using the weights in a commercial location, okay? It's going to do a fantastic job, right? So boom. So you can see how this is looking already. And I haven't even done any extraction at all. All right? And you see how it's improved. Now, you have to set the customer's expectations, explain to them that carpets, basically what's going to happen, come back over just a wee bit here. When you're setting those carpets expectations, you want to explain to the customer that carpets kind of wove like this, okay? So body oils get stuck to it. Imagine if you had sand at the bottom of your fingers and you went like this. What would happen? Your fingers would start bleeding. Why? Because they would abrade and they would cut. Well, that's the same thing happens to carpets. It starts to abrade, it starts to cut, it starts to break down. What happens then it doesn't look as bright anymore. Why is that? Because take a piece of plexiglass and scratch it. All right? It looks nice and clear at first, but it doesn't look as nice as it did when it was new. So set the customer's expectation. Let her know you can make your carpets look the very best they can look, Mrs. Jones, but I can't. I'm not Helen Keller. I'm not Jerry Falwell. You ain't getting a miracle. And I'll tell people that and they'll get a good laugh out of it, you know, and they should. All right. So you see how nice that looks. Our products really smell good. I think that's really important. Now let's suppose you got a bad spot, right? You can get our spot. I've got an encapsulation spot remover. Suppose if I want to put a little bit extra in here, I can. If I want to apply it here and pre-spray it, maybe just in a pivot point and do that, I could do that too. Let that just sit there for a bit. It's not going to hurt. Why is that? I'm going to show you in a minute why it won't hurt a thing. Suppose you've got a urine stain inside of a home. Go ahead and use a little bit of Unchained. This is the Unchained for pet lovers. A lot of guys like leaving this behind. You can put yourself your little sticker right on there. It tells the customer to clean the carpets every 6 months with a professional. This was really cool. This actually works with encapsulation. It works with crystallization in polymers. It doesn't break them down. It still crystallizes. As a matter of fact, we took it even one step further. What do? Oh, of course, it's good to have a little bit of citrus gel on hand, maybe a little filtration line remover, some paint, ink, and grease remover, some rust remover, some red remover. Of course, I got leather cleaner in here. I keep that in here. This is my whole spot remover kit. I can take that in. I look professional. It's really nice, but keep it out of the reach of children no matter what you do. Even though our products are some of the safest products in the industry, take your time. What's cool, when I did this before, it didn't damage the floor, so I thought it was cool, but still I like to wipe it up. This is another thing, too. That's why it's best to take a rug and bring it back to your facility. Why is that? Because you might wet the floor. So a good thing, if you're going to do a rug on location, which is cool, if you're going to do that, go ahead and take the rug and maybe take it in the garage. Maybe take it out on the driveway, clean it, and bring it back in. If not, have yourself a towel and work your way around, or take some floor protection running around the edge. That's up to you. Some people say, well, that's terrible. You got to take it back to your rug facility every single time. Hey, listen, this is America. If you want to take it back to your facility, great. If you want to go ahead and clean it on location, great. Nobody can tell you how to run your business. You own your business. You know what works for you. You know your business model. You know your cleaning style. Don't let anybody else define you. I'm a big believer in letting no one define me, and that's why I've gotten where I am today. I define myself. They can say what they want. You're going to get your haters. Who cares? Haters have made me a very wealthy person. And I'll explain that maybe a little later in another video. All right, so you notice basically also one more thing you can do too is you can dry compound. You can go ahead and on your really delicate rugs, we got a product called Shake and Rake. You can spray that down on there, or spray your encapsulant down first. Go ahead and put some Shake and Rake. Agitate that in without adding any liquid right there. Let it set for a while. Vacuum it off. And if you want to go back with your bonnet, you can do that. So see how you have all these different options that you could do with carpet in itself right there. Now let's break down our chemistry. All right, I'll bring it up here just a little bit closer. You can see it. And why do we make two different products? Okay. There's a reason, and the reason we don't make 100 different products like other companies are doing, okay? We make 2 different products. We make one that has no odor in it, but it has a lot of natural brightener in there, okay? Or basically peroxide on top of it and a ton of polymers on it. This one right here, this is a game changer because what's happened in the past is when you're doing VLM, you're doing OP, you can't really address urine. Now, true, you can take Unchained, which is one of the best-selling products in the industry, shameless plug. You can take Unchained and you can go ahead and spray all urine stains by locating it with that. However, how do you go ahead and address all the urine molecules that have been tracked by the homeowner, by their kids, and by their pets throughout the carpets? Well, voila, SuperCap Unchained. This is revolutionary. It's the very first product and the only product as of right now that actually treats the urine molecule, breaks the urine chain, so that way they can't smell it. Use this along with your Unchained, and it still doesn't affect the polymers. A couple other companies have tried to do it, but their polymers don't hold up. Now, let me tell you something. Our products might not dilute as far as some other products because they're adding those caustic products in there, which are doing damage and stuff like that to you. But just add a little more product when you need it. But one thing I want to show you here. I'll take a second. Oh, by the way, this is what somebody's going to win tonight at the end of this. Keep your eyes open. See if you can see this in here really good. Here's the UV light with a holster. Hopefully you can see that. You get this right here. How nice is that, right? So you get the light, you get the battery. Now, like I said before, I'm a big believer in having a race against downtime. So you don't want downtime, so it comes with a battery charger that's actually a vape charger. How cool is that? So if you need to go to a vape shop, if your battery charger breaks down, go get another one. You need a battery, go to a vape shop, get yourself another one, okay? Get yourself a vape if you want to. But you didn't hear that from me because I ain't one to talk. All right, so, and of course, got TruckMountForums on there, and when we do wrap them up, you got a piece of tape around it, that's how we know that the lanyard's on there. So a lanyard will be on there. Now, can you hear that? Can you hear that? That's not just the sound of money, okay? That's something else. Now, when you get on the internet, you're going to get a wide variety of people. A good amount of people are going to really appreciate what you do. They're going to like you and love you to a certain degree. But then there's going to be people who don't like you to a certain degree, all the way to the point where they don't even want you to be a business or they want to harm your business. Well, recently somebody came on the internet and they said, and they tested our product against another product when it comes to crystallization. And they said, look, Rob's product didn't crystallize as good as the other product. Guess what? I caught it. And what I mean by that? I said, look, how did you dilute it? He said, well, I used 100% concentrate, put it in the Petri dish, and then I went ahead and used their 100% product and put it in there. Theirs crystallized and yours didn't. Duh. Well, guess why that is? Because ours is a triple concentrate. So it's not going to. But go ahead and put it at its dilution ratio. Watch what it does. I'll pop this open here. Hope you can see this on the camera all right. And it don't all fall off because I haven't tested this yet. But look at that. See how it encapped? I'll get you a good little look here. I'll show camera number 1, camera number 2. See that? See how it crystallized and turned to a plastic? And what does that do? This is why our products make the carpets look better over time, because as it dries, day 1, day 2, day 3, the carpets look better and better and better. And then when the homeowner, well, hopefully a commercial, the janitorial service will go ahead and keep vacuuming, they'll get more soil out of there. What that does is the soil gets entrapped in those crystals, and it goes, and then when you go to vacuum, it vacuums right out. How cool is that? So that's really nifty. But isn't it something? They took the full concentration product, knowing all well that mine's a triple concentrate versus almost everything else on the market is watered down and has a lot of fillers. And they said, look, Rob's didn't crystallize properly, the other one did. But if you go ahead and just use our product at the proper ratio, guess what? It even goes a lot further too, okay? Because it is so concentrated. So it cleans better, it goes further, and crystallizes better too. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. All right, so there you have it right there and that. Now, let's see, what else can we talk about? So now you've basically got the method broken down. If you want to, and you want to keep a sprayer bottle on hand, and you want to mix up a little bit of product, and you want to spray it in those high traffic patterns to let it pre-soak a little bit, hey, cool, go ahead. Nothing wrong with that. You want to use a pump up, you want to use an electric sprayer, go ahead and knock yourself out. There's nothing wrong with that. Let it pre-soak just slightly, but don't overdo it, especially if you're working in a nursing home or near an elevator or near a slippery floor, even though VLM dries extremely fast. So you want to take the time, maybe after you clean it with your AgiPad, right? Go ahead and clean with your AgiPad. Go ahead after that and hook up your air movers. Let your air movers go ahead and go, and then throw your bonnet on there. What does that do? You're probably going to get 30, 45-minute dry times. By the time you leave, get loaded up, it's dry. Okay? Now, that's what I'm talking about. People really like that. If you want to move that over to residential, go ahead. Do I think it cleans as deep? Absolutely not. But still, all in all, it's still your business. It's still your business model. It's still your conscience. So it's totally up to you how you want to go ahead and do it. So that's kind of cool. Keep that on hand. I think I basically kind of covered just about everything. Here's a cool little tip too. We'll take, when we're walking the machine in or putting it inside of our truck, we'll take a shoe cover. By the way, we have TMF shoe covers. Keep that in mind. And we'll wrap around the wheels there. So we put it inside the truck in case there's a little bit of dirt in there. We're wheeling it across the parking lot because sometimes it's heavy to carry. Oh, that's another thing too. When it comes to transporting, nothing beats the Orbots. Why is that? Because these machines are built so heavy. Not only do they damage the fiber, but they make it almost impossible to transport. So what's cool is they really thought this out well. You can add the 20 pounds or the 40 pounds when you're cleaning, not when you're transporting, not when you're lifting it up inside the truck, okay? Not when you're carrying it up a set of stairs. Who wants to do that? Unattach the weights, and also you don't need it in certain situations because it's going to do damage to the fibers anyway. So use it according to the situation, use it according to the type of fiber you're working with and the soil levels. All those make a huge difference, but look how simple it is. It's really not that hard, okay? And if you want to start off as a VLM cleaner, hey, knock yourself out. I did. I started 40 years ago, bootstrap, with doing what? I started off with a Kirby vacuum cleaner shampooer. And what was that? That's basically an encapsulation back in the day. Okay, so the Kirby, what it did is it crystallized and had a dry foam, but it was nowhere near the technology the polymers are today. You saw how well that crystallized right there. It crystallizes like a champ, so it vacuums right off. The older products did not crystallize nowhere near as well. They've come a long ways, and my chemists have done a fantastic job. They're the top tier in the industry. Here's another thing too. When I go in there, and a lot of other companies go in there, they buy their raws, what do they say? Hey, I got this stuff on sale from overseas. You want to get it? Nope. Okay. Hey, I've got these raws over here that aren't as good, but it's a really great price. You want it? Nope. When I come in there, they know, hey, Rob, you want the best there is? Here, it's going to cost you a few pennies more. So yeah, our products cost a little bit more, but they go further, they clean longer, and they stay cleaner longer, and they're healthier. Hello, don't you pay a little bit more money for organic foods? Aren't they a little bit healthier for you? Aren't you going to last longer? Aren't the carpets going to last longer? Same way. So I go the opposite way. When people are going this way, the mass crowds are going this way, Rob is always going that way. I'm going to go right against the grain, okay? I think that's really important because it's better to be a leader than a follower, all right? However, there's nothing wrong with following somebody who is successful. How important is it to follow somebody who's successful rather than somebody who's not successful? It never fails, invariably, the people who come over and hate on me or other cleaners like Courtney Lee and stuff like that, they're usually people who aren't really applying themselves. They're projecting. Okay, they're projecting what they wish they were, what they wish they did, or wish they had the talent to do. Instead of applying themselves, they try to bring other people down, and only they're hurting themselves in the process. While on the other hand, people like me and Courtney, we just end up moving forward and getting stronger all the time, right? Okay, so now what about diverse services? So now we know it does rugs, we know it does carpets, we know we can do inside of homes if we want to, but it's not my preferred method inside of homes. I still prefer a truck mount or a good strong portable, preferably a truck mount. That's why we're called TruckMountForums. All right. But however, when it comes to other services, what's nice about it not being a one-trick pony, now if you want to go ahead and I cleaned this floor here and I polished it with my Life machine. It did a great job. And Orbot did a great job of really simplifying it, okay? So basically what they did is they gave you your different grit pads, and all you need is water. Put water in here, you go right through it. A, B, C, D, E. And that's only if it's really bad. Generally, you're only going to probably go A, B, or C, okay? And you go right over it and get yourself a nice polish. That way you can do marble floors. You can do terrazzo. You can really make them look nice. That goes a long ways. People really love it when you can go ahead and take care of their natural stone. So you can take care of the natural stone. You can also get a brush attachment with it. It's not on there, but it's inside my showroom floor in there. By the way, if you get a chance, you want to come visit our facility, we're open it to people all around the country. People fly in, locals come in. We'll be glad to go over anything with you. We'll walk you through them. We'll show you the different machines. I got just about every brand ever made out there, whether it comes to wands, whether it comes to OP machines, whether it comes to tile and grout machines, whether it comes to truck mounts, whether it comes to portables, upholstery tools, you name it, I have it all. We can go right upstairs to our training area. We can go outside here, fire up a truck mount, put a carpet in here, and you can try it for yourself. I got all the CET tools. Okay, so you can, the speed wands, and you can test them yourself and see what's best rather than listen to other people. And there's nothing wrong with listening to some degree, but take it with a grain of salt. Okay? Because a lot of people are biased, or they're in love with what they have, and that's great. If it's working for them, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But give other people the opportunity to achieve on their own. Okay? Just recommend, say, well, this is what I like best and why I like it. Don't say it's the absolute best and everything else is junk. Okay? You can basically just say, look, this is why it's better and this is why I feel it's better than other ones. Let them make an educated decision, especially after they test them. And you come here to our facility, you can test them all, baby, because I got it all right here and I want you to test it. Okay? Let's see, what else want to talk about? Oh yeah, another thing too, LVP, hardwood floors. You can go ahead, there's an Aqua Strip Pad. I have a bunch of them upstairs, should have brought one down here. An Aqua Strip Pad, you put that on there, go across your hardwood floors with a little bit of water, put a little bit of clear, let's see, maybe a polish on there if you want to. What do you call that stuff? Slips my mind right now, coating. Anyway, you put the coating on there, the wood floor coating, and it'll really make it look nice. I'm a big believer in the semi-gloss. A lot of guys like to use the high gloss. Go ahead and run it by the customer first and let them decide. Now remember, they make, oh yeah, I know what it is, water-based polyurethane, and they make it in oil-based polyurethane. Remember, oil's going to take a long time to dry. It's going to smell bad. So maybe try to, I like to go ahead with all my employees and have them using the water-based polyurethane because it dries quick, it doesn't smell bad, and guess what? You get return business too. Because you can go ahead and redo it every year or two. So it's almost like cleaning carpets. That way you get that reoccurring income stream, and they get their fine furnishings looking the absolute best they can look. All right? So just think about what this machine could do. You're going to make your money back off of it in no time. I think what, around $2,200, $2,500. I'm not sure. It's somewhere in that range. My son handles the online store. Now, we might be just a couple dollars more than somebody else out there, but what do you get with ours? You get something with ours, and a lot of things with ours that you don't get with other people. And what is that? Okay, number one, you're going to get support. I'm very accessible. You can reach me on the forum. You can reach me on the Facebook. You can reach me on private message. You can call here to my shop. You can text message me. You can private message me. I'll help you. I'll even FaceTime you to get you through certain situations and get yourself out of trouble. Let me tell you what, all kinds of odd scenarios pop up, and you need that support. Okay, so we're there. Also, if you got a machine that has a problem on it, I carry all the parts in stock. And if I don't have something in it, I'll go take it off a new machine and I'll send it out to you. There's a reason why TMFshop.net has more 5-star reviews than all the other companies out there. Okay, and guess what? All of ours are independently reviewed. Okay, we don't review them ourselves. We have an independent company, so that way it's controlled by them and not by us. And all the reviews are authentic. You can look at their names, their phone numbers, and call them. Knock yourself out if you want to. Because people really believe in our products because we know they're good products. So you get that support. That support is really important. What else do you get? You get training. You get 2 courses with it. I recommend getting the VLM course, Very Low Moisture, teaches you encapsulation. It's a 3-part course. The first part course is the classroom. Breaks down the classroom real nice. All the chemistry, the processes, and stuff like that in the classroom. The second, third part of it is going to be me showing you all different types of equipment and machines, because some people like to use cylindrical machines, they like to use planetaries, you know, they like to use CRBs, they like to use 175s or OPs. That's up to you. Still your business model. Maybe it's where you're at in your budget level and where you're at, because first you crawl, then you walk, then you run. So you might want to work your way up to something. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's see. So what else? Okay, so in that course, what's the last third part? Well, I show you a live job from start to finish. Right from the beginning, all the way down to the end. How cool is that? Okay, so it's a live job that I did, and you can see me going inside there, dealing with all different types of situations, different types of carpets, different types of soil levels, real conditions. Instead of sitting inside of a classroom, it's dull, boring, giving you a bunch of questions, and you're out there in la-la land thinking about it on your phone and stuff like that. Here, you're engaged. I make it simple, I make it practical, I make it applicable, and I make it easy to understand. And it'll help you make a lot of money, because the more you learn, the more you earn. How important, okay? All right, so you get the support. You go ahead and you get the 2 classes. You also get our chemistry. You get one of each of our chemistry. So, and I think you get points inside of our store. You can build up points, and you can use those points to buy other things. So you really get a lot for the money, more for the money than anybody else delivers, and we're a firm believer of that. And because I do what I love. My son begs me, Dad, you're at a position in life you don't need to work. Retire. I said, son, I love what I do. I don't want to retire right now. And also, when people retire, what do? They generally sit around TV, get lethargic, and just die. Okay, I ain't in a hurry just yet. All right, so I love what I do. I love talking shop. If you come here, we'll sit down, we'll talk shop, we'll go over things. And look, challenge me. You want to come on here? Challenge me. I don't mind. I love it because I'll learn from that, and you'll learn from it because iron sharpens iron. We all sharpen each other. So here you have the best bang for the buck. You can't beat this right here. One or two commercial jobs is going to pay for itself. And isn't everything, when it comes to buying something, it's all about return on investment. You generally almost can't spend too much money for something. Somebody says, oh man, I could have saved $100 here, or I could have saved $500 there. Well, guess what? It's going to make you, a truck mount will make you millions of dollars. This will make you hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. What do you care about 50 bucks? How dumb is that, okay? Think about the value. Think about what you get. Here we are as cleaners. We get upset because homeowners shop price because they're not shopping value. And guess what? You are taking the time and shopping price. And guess what you're doing? You're putting those vibes out in the world. Okay, what's happening is you're attracting those same type of people. Instead, you should be thinking value and quality and professionalism and drawing those type of people to you. That way you move up the scale, charge more money, make customers happy, more respect for yourself, and pass on a good, profitable business to your lineage. Okay? Instead of being around, oh, I'm going to save $1 here, save $1 there, travel across the nation to get something so much cheaper, you're going to make your money back. The ROI is there no matter what you do. You generally can't overpay for something. So don't beat yourself up over it. Just spend the money, make the decision. There's power in decisions. Make a decision, get yourself a good machine. This to me is the best bang for the buck. You see all the things that it does. I didn't even put on the bonnet. Let me throw on the bonnet here. So if you want to throw on the bonnet, and like I said, on this carpet here, being it's a little bit delicate, I'm going to go ahead and take the time and throw the bonnet on it. Now you can put it on this way here, or you can lay it down. Okay? It's up to you. It's got a little handle here in the front. So if you want to lay it down that way. To me, it doesn't go down as well, but it'll still kind of level out. See there? And if I want to add a little more product, hey, why not? Go ahead and add a little more product. And now I'm extracting a bit. I'm working over that area. Now, if I want to work over this area over here, hey, that's cool. You want to go back over this, knock yourself out. But spend that time on the area that the customer's concerned about. What did I call them? The transition areas, the traffic patterns, the pivot points where people are turning. Okay? And remember, this really sold me. I remember when I was first in encapsulation, I was a die-hard hot water extraction, HWE person, right? You couldn't sell me on this stuff. I said, no way, no way. But I came across the hospital account that I was trying to get, and this customer calls me up. She said, Rob, you clean my house. Come out and clean the hospital. If you can clean the hospital better than the other guy, can nobody get it clean, you can have the job. Hey, challenge accepted, right? You ain't got to ask me twice. I'm Johnny on the spot, baby. So I go out there with my truck mount, scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing. It ain't looking much better. Not much better at all. And I remember somebody telling me about encapsulation in a machine. So I said, you know what? Yeah, it's going to cost me a couple $1,000s. I went and ordered the machine. I got it. And I went ahead and I tested it on the carpet. And guess what? The carpet looked about 25, 30% better. It was a visual difference. I said, well, hey, let's see what it looks like the next day. All right, let's see what it looks like a week later, because she gave me plenty of time to do this, to go ahead and test it and demo it. She didn't know what I was doing. I said, listen, I might need to do a second treatment on it to undo the damage the first cleaner did. Yeah, okay? And so what happened was I went ahead and I went back the next day. Guess what? The carpets looked a little bit better. I went back the next day, they looked a little bit better. At the end of the week, they were looking even better, looking nice and bright. They looked great. She calls me up, hey, you got all the hospitals. Boom, I got all the hospitals. I got all their medical facilities. Just like that. And so I couldn't deliver it with the other machine because the polymers have a tendency to fill in the scratches. Remember, a CGD carpet is so tightly wove and they don't vacuum it properly. So what happens is it really gets scratched up and the soil builds up in there in a large amount. That's why you want to pre-vacuum really well. You want to take the time, clean it well, follow up with the bonnet, and then it'll crystallize like I showed you there. It'll crystallize. There's a little piece left on my hand here, if I can get it up here. Turns into a crystal. And that crystal, come on, baby. See how it breaks up like that? Just breaks up, holds the soil. And then they vacuum it, and the carpets look great. You got the account. Customer's happy. You're happy. You're making more money. You're not sweating hardly as much. You think about a truck mount. You're sitting there going like this all day, or you're wheeling even a wand with wheels. You're still wearing yourself out. This does not wear you out. So remember, you need more tools in the toolbox, but you don't want to waste your money. You want to buy the best machine for the buck. Okay? The best bang for the buck is the Vibe till something else comes along better. And several reasons. Let's just go ahead and recap. Then I'll be glad to look at a couple other points. Getting a little sip of my drink here. I've definitely been some talking. Thanks again, Brian and Josh. Truly appreciate this, man. This stuff is smooth, baby. Very smooth. I don't want to look like a lush, so I'll wait until after the camera's off. Just kidding. All right, kind of. All right. I'm kind of more of a social drinker. I just drink on the weekends. I rarely, if ever, I can't remember the last time I drank on a weekday. Except maybe when I go to a trade show. Yeah, then we'll drink each night, right? Just having fun. Just with the guys, but I'm still just doing it socially. You know, I don't have a problem with drinking. I just have a problem generally with, over drinking. All right, so let me just look around here, make sure I covered everything. Remember, what's kind of cool also about the Life machine and the spray board is the handles fold in, so you can put it in a tight spot. So if you are working out of a small vehicle and space is a premium to you, you might want to spend the extra dollars and get something like that, because this handle doesn't fold up. But it still looks great. And to recap the machine, remember, you can clean with your agi pads. You can go ahead and follow back up with your bonnet to get yourself some extraction. You can put the product in here through the top. You can pre-spray a little bit of your areas if you want to. You can fill it up through here. You got your momentary switch. You got your on and off switch. You got your safety switch. You got the fact you can unhook the cord here. If you have some type of electrical problem, hook it up direct down there. Remember, it's going to cut right on, of course. So plug it in here and then plug it in over your switch there while somebody got the handle on it, and you can finish the job. So they've really, really thought it out. On top of it, it's the best fit and finish in the industry, because you got these laser welds that really look perfect on it. The powder coating's perfect. Also transport, when it comes to transport, you've got your weights. Throw your weights on there when you need them, take them off when you don't need them, and how easy it is to transport. Then on top of it, you got the performance level. You don't have to use harsh chemicals. You're not going to be sitting there unwinding the fibers. You're not going to be causing tip blooming. You're not going to be using too strong agitation pads. You're just not going to do all that damage. You don't really need all that. This is all you need right here to get the job done properly. And then you got the diversity. You can go ahead, switch over and do your natural stone. You can do concrete if you want to. How nice is you got all that versatility, and you can also deal with LVT, LVP. If you don't know what that is, that's luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl planks. Okay, you can also do hardwood floors with it, and you can do your laminate floors. Look, it just covers the whole gamut. So this machine is a serious money maker. It'll make you a ton of money in a short period of time. It fits right back in your van. You got your truck mount. You got your hot water extraction for side of a home. You got this. Then you've got the proper chemistry. We've got something, you might want to be using the Oxy 3. And remember, it's a super concentrate times 3. So it crystallizes fantastic. And you can use this with no odors. Dries nice and fast. You can use it with your we call this a shake and rake. You can use that with your powder and dust. And then you can go ahead and use Super Cap Unchained for your urine and those situations. Some people even bring their pets to their commercial locations these days, right? I know my wife does. She brings them over here, and they get little damaged spots. So what happens? Yeah, that's where you need your TMF UV light, baby. Your ATM machine, all right? When a customer sees you walk through the house, and let me give you a couple tips. Never, ever ask for permission, okay? All right? Never ask for permission, all right? Better to ask for forgiveness than permission, right? So you're the professional. If you ask, you give them the option to opt out. Why would you do that? I have it in my pocket. I walk in here, Miss Jones, you mind showing me around? Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Now look how bright it is in here. Yeah, you can still see this bad boy, right? You can still see this in here. And I'm under really, really bright lights in here. Electrician owned this building, and he put in massive amounts of lights in here. It's just crazy. So you can really see this right in the broad daylight. It's not awkward. You don't have to pull the shades down, nothing of that nature. Yeah, it might cost you $189, but you're going to make that in one job. Okay, generally what I do is that when it comes to a urine job, if it's $500, I charge half the price. That's $250. One job pays for itself. Come on now. People will spend the money for their pets. Sometimes won't spend the money for themselves, but they'll spend the money for their pets. Okay? So spend the money. Remember, like the machine, like the equipment, it's all about return on investment. Plus, I carry every single part in stock. I carry the LEDs. I carry the glass lenses. I carry the body of it. I carry the switches. So I have it all in stock. So if you break down, sometimes even out of the 1-year warranty, I'll just go ahead and replace them for people, or I'll just repair them for them. People send them to me all the time. I get 2 of them on the bench right there. They're very seldom break down, but here's one thing you got to be careful of. Being it's a high heat product, okay? If you're not careful, you get moisture on it, what is it going to do? Well, then that can pop the lens, and it makes a little circle in your glow on the carpet. So if you see a circle in the glow, you know it's lost about 30-40% of its performance because you got moisture on it. All right, so you send it to me, I'll put your new LED in there, boom, you're good to go. So the race against downtime, a machine that doesn't break down, all these factors right here shows you, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that it's important to have several tools in the toolbox. So that's why I'm a big believer. I know guys out there, all they believe is in dry cleaning with VLM or encapsulation cleaning, and they're just staunch about it, right? Then you got the other camp over there, oh, it's just hot water extraction, it's my truck mount, nothing beats it. Well, to me, I think it's reasonable, and common sense tells me I'm rather have more tools. Could I build a house? No, I can't build a house anyway. If I was going to build a house, am I going to use a hammer, nails, and a saw? Yeah, somebody could do that. Who wants to do that? You want a wide variety of tools so you can move right along. Some power saws, power nailer, whatever you call those things, stapler, I don't care, whatever that stuff is. You want the proper tools to be able to do the job properly, and that sets you apart from your competitors, and it gives you confidence. You go in confident, you're going to do a better job, you're going to send off better vibes, the customer's going to use you, you're going to be a lifetime client. Hey, how important is that? So there you have it all. I'll go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and pick a winner for everything. I think I really covered it all pretty well in depth. Yeah, I didn't play around. Life's too short to play around, right? All right, so I'm going to grab the computer here, so if you kind of bear with me a bit. I'll grab my laptop, pop it off of here, take a look, and I'm going to go ahead and pick some winners. And also, if you want to go over a little bit of Q&A, I don't mind doing that too. So give me a second to pull this up here. Takes a second, because I should have had it pulled up in the beginning, right? All right, let's see. I'm going to go to pages. Like I said, if you haven't joined our TikTok channel, please do. If you haven't joined our YouTube, please subscribe to that. Our Instagram, you can go to our actual forum, join there. You can go to our Facebook private page, our fan page. Whoa, yikes, over 100 comments. Jeez. Okay, looks like we're almost at 1,000 views too already. Okay. All right, well, that's quick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pick one from each channel. So give me a second. I'm going to break through it here. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up. Got to open the page to full size. Once I open it to full size, I can go through here and I can pick a winner. Let's see. First, I'm going to see if there's any questions. Give me a second. The Vibe's an absolute amazing tool. Thanks, Jeff. You're exactly right, bud. So easy to use with great chems. It makes commercial work and hardwood floors a breeze. Hey, there you go. Right there. Hey, that light is awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks. You have spare batteries for light. Yes, we do. But just go to a vape shop. You know what I mean? I like making money, but go to a vape store and get it, right? All right. Great job, Rob. Thanks, Barry. Appreciate that. Yeah, nice work, Rob. Appreciate it. What's up, guys? Hello. Let me win something. Hey, brother, I want to, man. Great information. Thanks, Nolan. Appreciate that. Tristan, great. Always wanted to add VLM. Just never been confident enough about it. Hey, I got you back. Okay? Jump into it. Spin the win. I like that, Jonathan. I like that a lot. Spin the win. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Do you have these in stock? Yes, we do. We have about, I think, 3 or 4 left, and on top of it, we're taking pre-orders. Because remember, the supply chain, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, is jacked right now. But we get them fast, and we get them most faster than anybody else. And remember, you get much more for the money. So go ahead and do it. And do it before the end of the year, right? I need the TMF light. Thank you for everything. Love how well you explain things, so well appreciated. Great job, Rob. Always taking time to reply back. I appreciate that. Thank you, no problem. Right now I'm using the 360i. Seems to do the job. Nothing wrong with that. You want to use 360i and you want to throw on something on the bottom of your machine, you can do it that. There's nothing wrong with that. Florida is taking in ships now. Oh, cool. Hey, maybe I'll go down to Florida. Maybe I'll buy myself a ship. Maybe I'll buy myself a truck. All right, great informational video. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate that. I really love to try the Orbot. Much better than the 175. Yes. Oh, my son here put the link up there, so the link's in there. I'll add it to the top of it. Good Lord, these things are coming fast. So, can you show how to load it in the van? Well, I mean, it's dark outside. I've got this thing sitting on a tripod, so I'm not going to do it right now. I'll be glad to do it in another time. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, now I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to pick a winner, first of all, from the fan page, and I'm going to go to the private page. All right, so give me a second. I'm going to start off here at the top here. I'm going to pick a winner, son, if you wouldn't mind, if you would take, and go ahead and remember these names. Matter of fact, I'll write them in too when I do it, okay? So hold tight. Here we go. Man, you guys keep on coming with these comments right here. Remember, I said you had to be present. These people are present. So here we go. I'm scrolling up. I'm scrolling down. I'm scrolling back. I touched the person. Let's see who it is. Richard Manders. Richard Manders is the first winner. So here we go. Thank you for the information. Hey, brother. Thank you. You just won one of our chemicals there. So there we go. I'm going to just go ahead and put winner here so you know you're a winner. Because the last thing is going to be winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right? Okay, cool. So you're set there. Now we're going to go over to the private page. And by the way, I think we're just about to hit 17,000 people on the private page. How cool is that, right? All right, private page, here we come. Give me a second, pop this open. New tab. Then I'm going to go to Instagram. I'll go to the forum, pick 4 winners. And then from these winners, I'm going to go ahead and pick somebody who, out of those winners, who's going to win the light. So you're not out of it. Just keep that in mind. I'm scrolling down, find the video here. Give me a second. Man, there was a lot of people on this thing right here. Here we go. Man, so many posts. I mean, like 1,000 posts a day. It's just really hard to keep up with. Let me see if I can do a search here, and I'll put giveaway. Giveaway. Let's see if it'll pop up that way. Most recent. Dang it. Vibe. Too many posts. Well, you can never have too many posts, right? Most recent. Here we go. Okay. So let's go ahead and pick a winner here from the private group. If you're ready, here we go. And then a little later, I'll go ahead and I'll draw from everybody else to pick a winner for the other. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there. Appreciate your patience. Appreciate your patience. I see there's more comments and more questions. I'll try to get those in a second. Here we go. Finally. Jeez. Oh, man, there's hundreds of people on this thing, so give me a second here to pop this up. All right. We're going to go in here, close my eyes, pick a winner. Chad Hanish. Chad Hanish is our second winner. Chad Hanish. So let me go ahead, Chad, and I'll put your name here. You'll be winner number 2. Winner number 2. Congrats, Chad. You'll see yourself. I got you tagged in there, okay? Now we're going to go to the forum itself. Wow, then we have to go to Instagram. I'm going to have to use my phone for the Instagram, so I'm going to have to do that on Instagram. So come over to that page, and I'll put it on the Instagram in a second. And then those 4 people we'll pick from. So give me a second. Forum. Man, we got so many pages. I didn't realize how many pages we have. Yeah, over the last 15 years, we've really put a lot of work and effort into TMF, and it's grown quite a bit, and we're truly appreciative of everybody's support. So thank you very much, y'all. Okay, so get over here to new post. And here we go. Okay. And the winner on that will be SRD, Spencer. Spencer, you're the winner for that. So I'm going to put you in there for Spencer. Okay, so the fourth winner will be, I'm going to pick from Instagram. Can't really do that from my computer. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Put a lot of work and effort into it. I'm going to stick it on YouTube, so if you missed some of it or you just got a portion of it at the end, don't worry about it. You can go on YouTube. I'll get that loaded up over here over the weekend or something like that. And I'll go ahead and pick the fourth winner from Instagram. Should have done TikTok. Maybe I'll even add TikTok. So I'll give us 5 winners. And then from those 5 winners, so you got a 1 in 5 chance of winning the UV light. How cool is that? So I'll go ahead. Thank you very much. I'm Rob Allen with TruckMountForums. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to come over here and visit us, feel free to. Remember, please take the time and reciprocate by using tmfshop.net. I really believe in the law of reciprocity, helping you become successful. Y'all have really helped me become successful, and I'm truly appreciative of that. I take no shortcuts. I use the best of everything, and I test everything myself. Number 2, please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll get alerted when a new video pops up. Join our TikTok, join our Instagram, and maybe even join our forum if you want to. The forum is making a little bit of a comeback. Watch out for a new app for the forum coming soon. So that's kind of cool. All right. And of course, our Facebook, private Facebook page, I think it's like 17,000 members. It's TruckMountForums, Carpet Cleaning Professionals. Join that also. All right, well, I'm Rob Allen with TruckMountForums. Hope you enjoyed this video on the machine, the Vibe, the best bang for the buck. Take care. I'm going to walk around and turn this off. Y'all have a great night. Have a great weekend. And again, Brian, Josh, thank you very much for the bourbon. Truly appreciate it. I'm going to drink a little bit right now.